Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. Sorry, I always seem to be running behind in the introduction department. There's always like a pause for like a couple minutes, but here now. Last episode, I got Iron Bua, Vivian, Sarah. Get pretty close to that critical story point. I still need to get Blackwall. I love every character in this game. I have some issues with Vivian and Sarah for different reasons, but they still have things about them I like. Just testing it out. I don't know how long I'm going to use that block and slash. Depends. Um, let's exhaust some conversations with Bull. I got Fairweather Friends on the trial. Fairweather Friends. Trying to get the achievement, so I'm trying to be careful with what I say.
They've got good form. Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
Did Cullen tell you he was a Templar? He's not wearing the armor.
He didn't have to. Might not be a Templar shield, but it's a Templar holding it. He angles the shield just a bit down. Helps direct fire or acid away, so it doesn't spray right into your face. Canary learned the same thing when we trained to fight Tevinter mages. Your Templar's doing good work.
I'm cooking as well, so bear with me. I also still have, allergy symptoms. Not as bad as the last couple weeks, though, but it's there.
I'm impressed by what Cullen has accomplished with the troops.
Damn right. It takes time to build a group into a team, but he's got their loyalty. Now he just needs them to make a decent shield wall, and they'll be good to go. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top. You've got no leader, no Inquisitor.
Hmm. Perhaps I should lead.
Then maybe we need one. I'd be willing.
You? Huh. Why you?
Someone should. I'm willing. I'm the chosen. I can seal rifts, I
I've got
guess.
the mark on my hand. I've sealed Fey rifts, and hopefully I'll seal the breach as well.
That means you have a skill. That doesn't necessarily mean you should be deciding alliances. My people don't pick leaders from the strongest, or the smartest, or even the most talented. We pick the ones willing to make the hard decisions, and live with the consequences.
Right.
Who knows? Maybe you sealed the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass and all those soldiers go home and get fat.
Do you think?
It could happen. It won't, but it could.
Oh, wait, I'm not done talking.
Can I help you?
Tell me about the Ben Hasref.
I'd like to know more about your work with the Ben Hasra.
Ben Hathrop was actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds. Or make them disappear. And then you've got the spies.
How do the re-educators work?
I only know the basics. Wasn't my area. That said, keep a man awake long enough. Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you can get him to say anything. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
You can alter someone's beliefs that easily?
One of my friends was a re-educator. He said that every memory is like the page of a book. When you examine a memory, you're turning to that page, and when you're there, the page is laid bare. Write a few notes in the margins of the page. Erase a word here and there. and your whole outlook changes. Always felt a little weird reading after that conversation.
That's revolting. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
The re-educators sound horrible.
Yeah, they probably do. Here's the thing, though. What happens in Orlais when you commit a crime or betray a lord? They just lop your head off. At least the Qunari try to fix you.
It's not the way I see it.
None of those sound exactly like you.
Yeah, I was a special case. They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and hunt down problems. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal Vashath, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
Hmm.
I can't imagine that was easy.
Nope. I hunted down a lot of rebels. Lost a lot of friends to the Vince, or the Fog Warriors, or the Tal Vashath. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
Not many people would have the courage to do that.
I thought about letting some rebel kill me, but I couldn't give any of those bastards the satisfaction. The Ben Hasrath ordered me to go to Orlais,
Oh.
ostensibly as a Tal Vashath, and work undercover. That's how I ended up here.
I'm sorry, what is that? It's Salente? Ardura? Armadura? You lost me. I'm sorry. I don't want to flirt with Iron Bull because I kind of want to make it with Dorian. So I don't want to flirt with either one of them because I want them to get together. It's the best I can.
Thanks for the information, Bull.
No problem, boss. Anyway, nice talking with you. Can I help you?
I'd like to know more about the Qunari.
You writing a book?
The Qunari pose a threat to all of Thetis. I want to know what I might have to deal with someday.
Smart move. All right. What do you want to know?
How do the Qunari rule themselves?
It's pretty simple. We've got the matriarchy, the priesthood, and the military. The priesthood figures out how Qunari should live in theory. The matriarchy makes it work in practice. And the military keeps the Qunari safe from outside threats.
Does it actually work like that? Is there much infighting?
Not like you're thinking of. People disagree, yeah, but the priests are there to solve disagreements. Here in Orlais, politicking comes from people putting their own gain ahead of the gains of society. If you do that among the Qunari, the
I had to put it through a
Ben Hasra will
translator
straight or kill you.
for that comment saying excellent armor. All right.
I heard there's no marriage among the Qunari.
Yeah, that's true. Qunari love our friends like anyone does, but we don't have sex with them.
Qunari don't have sex?
Oh, we definitely have sex. They're Tamasrans who pop your cork whenever you need it.
Seriously?
Yes. It's not a big deal like it is here. It's like, I don't know, going to see a healer. Sometimes it's this long, involved thing. It takes all day, leaves you walking funny. Other times you're in and out in 5 minutes. Thank you. See you next week.
I can work with that.
I know, right? No drama. Still, it's more fun here. Fewer rituals, more making it up as you go along. Plus, you folk have redheads.
Hmm.
Redheads.
How is everyday life different for Canary?
Depends on your job, I guess. Some are just about the same. A baker in Valroyo gets up, gets dressed, and starts work. A baker in Parvolan does the same thing. They don't care about the Empire or the Q. Mostly they worry about breaking eggs and hope the dough rises right.
It can't be exactly the same. The Canary have no personal freedoms.
How many personal freedoms do you figure that baker in Valroyo has? Life isn't about freedom. The baker in Parvolan wonders if she'll be given enough eggs to do her work. Will they come on time? Will the kitchen workers get her bread while it's fresh, or will they come late and blame her 'cause it's stale? Same crap in Valroyo. People are just people.
What's it like growing up under the Qun?
The Tomasrans raise us in these units of kids all our own age. They're like teachers or chantry sisters. They also help figure out what jobs we should do. They had me pegged for military work early on. When they learned I could hit stuff and lie, they started training me for the Ben Hasra.
It must have been a good day for you.
Yes, it's like being a block of stone with a sculptor working on you. One day, the last of the crap gets knocked off, and you can see your real shape. What you're supposed to be. That's a good day.
Do you ever think about what would happen if the Canary conquered Orlais or Eldon?
Some folks, like Cassandra or Cullen, would do fine if they didn't die fighting. Those two love rules. But the mages... Can you imagine Solus trying his fade dreaming under the Q? Or Vivian doing her political bullshit? Both Sarah and Varric would mouth off until they ended up re-educated, drugged until their minds broke. So, to answer your question, no, I don't think about it much at all.
The word Canary, is that the race or the religion?
Both. Kind of. The humans and elves who follow the Qun are the Vidathari. The Canary who break away from the Qun are Talvasha, deserters.
What about Canary who existed before the Qun?
The people we came from. They're called the Kossith, but we don't use that word for the race. We came south to Thedas because the Kossith were... I don't know. We had to leave. The stories aren't clear. But I don't expect they look much like us. Whatever they are.
See you later, Bull.
See ya. What can I do for you?
So how did you get the name Iron Bull?
I picked it. We don't have names under the Qun. Just, I don't know. Job descriptions, I guess. When I came to Orlais, I chose the Iron Bull for myself.
But why specifically Iron Bull?
This may surprise you, but I really like hitting things. Also, it's the Iron Bull, technically. I like having an article at the front. It makes it sound like I'm not even a person, just a mindless weapon. An implement of destruction. That really works for me.
See you later, Bull.
See ya. What's going on?
See you later, Bull.
See ya.
That's all his conversation for now.
Can I help you with anything?
I'd like to know more about the Iron Bull.
The chief. Last time I met him, he saved my life. I never thought I'd work for a Canary, but he grows on you. He's not like any commander I've ever worked for. That's for damn sure.
How's Iron Bull as a commander?
If you know what you're doing and hold up your end, he's easy. He doesn't accept any less. If he keeps us alive, he leads from the front, and if you've an idea that'll win the fight, he listens. I've seen bands whose captains had to prove they were swinging the biggest sword. Bull isn't like that. The charges might give him more lip than you'd expect, but every one of us would lay down our lives for the big ass.
How did a Tevinter soldier wind up in a Kunari spy's mercenary company?
I wasn't a soldier at the time. I was in some trouble, trying to flee to Vinter. A tribune and his men caught me in a border town tavern. They meant to make an example of me. Bull killed them. Gave up his eye doing it. Patched me up and asked if I was looking for work. I've been putting up with his jokes ever since.
That's how he lost the eye?
Yes. The guards had me on the tavern floor when Bull came inside and yelled for them to stop. One of them saw trouble coming and figured he'd finish me off. The guard had a flare. Bull put himself between me and the blow. Big horned idiot. Didn't even know me.
Is it strange to work for a Kunari?
He hasn't tried to convert us to the Qun, if that's what you're asking. The Bull's charges don't care who you light a candle for, so long as your shield stays up. If he hadn't told me he was Ben Hasroth, I'd have thought he'd left that life behind.
I didn't expect he'd tell you all that he was a spy.
Not the whole band, but those who've been around long enough to trust. He figures most of us would find out sooner or later, and it should come from him. Eyes to eye, he says. It's never messed up a job. He just writes letters back home. Lots of the boys write letters back home.
We'll talk later.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
I just hope I can help.
As do we all. It is enough that you would try. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
I must have this mark for a reason. It will work, I'm sure of it.
Provided we can secure aid, but I'm confident we can. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
You understand our situation. I appreciate your opinion.
Look around. Our people are well organized and committed. Despite what the clerics think, we are in the best position to help. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Ryden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
We usually front everybody for more influence, but you don't really get that with people like Cassandra. I mean, not Cassandra, but Cullen, Liliana, and Josephine. Josephine you could date though, but they don't get approval, so there's no point. That was accident.
Yes?
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
If you need insight into what the Order is doing now, I'm afraid I can't offer more than you already know. Anything else, I will answer as best I can.
Why did you join the Order?
I could think of no better calling than to protect those in need. I used to beg the Templars at our local chantry to teach me. At first, they merely humored me. I must have shown promise, or at least a willingness to learn. The Knight Captain spoke to my parents on my behalf. They agreed to send me for training. I was 13 when I left home.
It's still so young.
I wasn't the youngest there. Some children are promised to the Order at infancy. Still, I didn't take on full responsibilities until I was 18. The Order sees you trained and educated first.
What about your family? Did you miss them?
Of course, but there were many my age who felt the same. We learned to look out for one another.
Did the Templars do anything besides hunt mages?
Templars protect against the dangers of magic. Before the Order left the Chantry, that meant serving in a circle. They were also tasked with tracking apostates or fighting demons inevitably summoned by the weak or malicious.
What do you think of mages? Are they all a threat?
I've seen the suffering magic can inflict. I've treated mages with distrust because of it, at times without cause. That was unworthy of me. I will try not to do so here. Not that I want mages moving through our base completely unchecked. We need safeguards in place to protect people, including mages, from possession at the least.
In this game, I don't think you ever run into that abomination. And the thing about it is, the demons don't need to possess anybody because the veil is torn open. So they can just come in physically. So why would they possess mages if they could just come to this world without them? Because it made sense before. But now that there's a big hole in the sky, as you can see, they can just come here whenever they feel like it. So they don't need to possess mages or anybody else.
What does Templar training involve?
There is weapon and combat training. Even without their abilities, Templars are among the best warriors in Thedas. Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Light, study history, and improve their mental focus.
Did you enjoy your training?
I wanted to learn everything. If I was giving my life to this, I would be the best Templar I could.
You were model student.
I wanted to be. I wasn't always successful. Watching a candle burn down while reciting the chant of transfigurations wasn't the most exciting task. I admit, my mind sometimes wandered.
Do Templars take vows? I swear to the Maker to watch all the mages. That sort of thing?
There's a vigil first. You're meant to be at peace during that time, but your life is about to change. When it's over, you give yourself to a life of service. That's when you're given a filter, your first draft of lyrium and its power. As Templars, we are not to seek wealth or acknowledgement. Our lives belong to the Maker and the path we have chosen.
You've lived in the Circle. What was a typical day for a Templar there?
Typical. The last time I was in a circle was right before it fell apart. Nothing was typical.
Before that, then?
Certain rituals require a full guard. A mage's howling, for instance. I've attended a few. Most of the time, you merely maintain a presence, on patrol or in the circle, ready to respond if needed. Mages pretend to ignore that presence, but they're watching you just as closely.
Do Templars and mages never speak to each other?
Some do, but Templars are supposed to maintain a certain distance from their charges. If a mage is possessed or uses blood magic, you must act quickly, without hesitation. Your judgment cannot be clouded. Of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding.
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Should you require anything, I'll be here. Did you need something?
Why would Templars break away from the Chantry?
The Order believes the Chantry no longer supports their efforts. Not to the extent they should.
But the Templars have served the Chantry for ages.
And in that time, they've come to take the Order's services for granted. Templars risk their lives against blood magic, demons, abominations, to feel as if those efforts are dismissed. I may disagree with the Order's actions, but I'm here as proof of that. And I sympathize with their frustrations.
I should get to know you better. We're working together, after all.
What would you like to know?
All right, where are you from?
I grew up in Ferelden, near Honmouth. I was transferred to Kirkwall shortly after the Blight. This is the first I've returned in almost 10 years.
You haven't seen Ferelden in 10 years. Are you glad to be back?
I was not sorry to leave at the time. I did not expect to return. Now, between the Divine's murder and the breach, I've arrived to find nothing but chaos.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight. Did you fight Darkspawn?
No. I was stationed at Ferelden's Circle Tower. The Circle had troubles of its own. I remained there during the Blight.
What happened at the Circle Tower?
Few who survived the Blight have fond memories of that time. I would prefer not to speak of it.
What was Kirkwall like?
While I was there, Canary occupied and then attacked the city. The Viscount's murder caused political unrest. Relations between mages and Templars fell apart. An apostate blew up the Chantry, and the Knight Commander went mad. Other than that, it was fine.
I'll let you return to your work.
Another time, then. Yes?
There's something I wanted to ask you.
Oh?
What was Kirkwall like?
While I was there, Canary occupied and then attacked the city. The Viscount's murder caused political unrest. Relations between Mages and Templars fell apart. An apostate blew up the Chantry, and the Knight Commander went mad. Other than that, it was fine.
What happened between Kirkwall's mages and Templars?
You were at the Conclave. You must have heard people speak of it.
Yes, but you were there.
There was tension between Mages and Templars long before I arrived. Eventually, it reached a breaking point. There was fighting in the streets. Abominations began killing both sides. It was a nightmare.
What happened then?
The Templars should have restored order, but Red Lyrium had driven Knight Commander Meredith mad. She threatened to kill Kirkwall's champion, turned on her own men. I'm not sure how far she would have gone. Too far.
So you opposed her?
I stood with the champion against her, in the end. I should have seen through Meredith sooner.
Varric's from Kirkwall. Did you two know each other?
I knew he was friends with the champion of Kirkwall, but little else. We've spoken more since I joined the Inquisition, largely at Varric's insistence. Apparently, I spend too much time with a serious expression on my face, and it's bad for my health.
I'll let you return to your work.
Should you require anything, I'll be here. Yes?
Is there anything I should know?
The Lord Seeker's actions are a mystery, but the Templars will aid us. They cannot sit idle while the breach remains.
I kind of want to do the flirt option just so I can get it off of here. But I know he don't appreciate it because he only like women, humans, or elves. He don't even like he don't even like Canary women or dwarven women. Just human and elves. Sorry, I'm doing other stuff at the same time. I'm cooking. Let's just leave him alone now.
That's all for now.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
These truths the Maker has revealed to me, as there is but one world, one life, one death, there is but one God, and He is our Maker. These truths the Maker has revealed to me, as there is but one world, one life, one death, there is but one God, and He is our Maker.
All right, I almost burned what I was making. All right, kind of move the story along.
So we have Tevinter activity in the hinterlands, and the Templars are compromised.
You think the Templars are responsible for the attack on the Conclave?
I think they're a piece of it, as are the Tevinter in the hinterlands. When there was no sky, you were the sky. When there was no earth,
Need something?
when there was nothing.
Carry on.
You don't got nothing else to say.
Sitting and waiting. Great, yeah?
Tell me about yourself.
What about me?
I don't want to ask
We'll
that
talk
question.
later.
If you say
That's
so.
the only thing she got. I know she not. I know she gonna have a problem with that. All right, we gotta find Blackwall first.
I heard the Templars have withdrawn.
Seems odd. I can see them breaking the Chantry's chain, but not running from the fight.
What do you know of the Templars?
Where do you think they get their lyrium?
I'm listening.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
I'll leave you to your work.
All men are the work of our Maker's hands. From the lowest slaves to
More
the
healing
highest
drafts
kings,
for you, revered mother.
those who bring harm
Thank you.
without provocation to the least of
Wait,
his
I
children
forgot to check
are hated and accursed by
these doors that I told Sarah to open for me. I just like getting information because you get experience for everyone that you pick up. You know, you already read them or you already know what it's about. I don't think there's anything here. Why a chantry needs to have prison cells. I guess those cultists did used to live in this area. The cult of Andraste. If you don't know what I mean, you want to look up the cult of the Urn of Sacred Ashes quest line. When you're looking for the ashes to save R.O. Eamon in Dragon Age Origins, that's where you find the cult.
More healing drafts for you, revered mother.
Sigrid says it will cost at least 10.
Fine.
Not sure why you would want to pay out of your own pocket for books, Enchanter.
I'm not an enchanter, and too many books get lost. Knowledge gets lost forever. Fire, war, and religion, all of them are bad for books. Please tell me if you find something. Good day to you.
What do the people make of us?
We've gathered many favors among the nobility. They will be gently reminded of this.
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
None in particular. Our guests are well pleased with what they've seen.
Did you see
All
the
right,
message I
this
sent? Yes, thank you.
I have no idea what to say. Scholars debated whether Tyrda's legendary axe was an axe set with crystal, or an axe with a magical reinforced crystalline head, or perhaps even just a very polished axe. But apparently, the word translated from the ancient language commonly taken to be axe, in fact, merely means heft weapon. It is possible that the translations of the saga have been edited to admit evidence that Tyr the Bright Axe may have been using what seems from all appearances to be a staff, as would more commonly be used by a mage. I apologize for my confusion in this matter. I will endure to be more vigilant in my translations in the future. Sister Dorcas Erin? I don't know. But yeah, so Tyr the Bright Axe was actually a mage, not a warrior, like people thought. Let's get some of these war table things. Let's see. Investigate the strange shop markings. Posts set up along the Imperial Highway. Ostensibly to guard what? That makes sense to me. Need to up my vocabulary. That's what I need to do. To guard trade routes and facilitate procuring supplies for the Inquisition. Eyes on all approaches. Fourth night, a caravan carrying refugees may camp nearby for protection after midnight. You know, one thing I need to do is get myself some new glasses because I'm older and I think my eyes is getting worse. I don't want to keep getting close to my TV so I can read. Yeah, let's see. Where was I again? Okay. Nearby protection. After midnight, a young woman on crutches makes small talk with a patrol guard. After he passes, she crouches and makes the mark on a tent post. The woman pretends for half an hour to know nothing. When it becomes clear the ruse will not work, she kisses an Andrastian locket and says, "Glory to those across the seas." She dies. The locket was poisoned. So, okay. Glory to those across the seas. I would like to know what that's about, but let's see. I very much enjoyed your soiree, and I hope to see you at the summer cottage for our picnic luncheon next month. Do not fret and the ghastly things said about your associates. More reasoned heads will prevail. This foolish gossip will come to nothing. Luke Cyril. Rumors and lies. Don't you just love it? Okay, we got a couple of them. Chantry remains. The confrontation with Mother Havira in the Val Royale market had the desired effect. To a point, the Chantry's condemnation of the Inquisition was lost amid a fury of speculation over the actions of Lord Seeker Lucius, as well as a divide in the opinions of the remaining Chantry clerics. There are, however, clerics still loudly denouncing the Herald of Andraste. The Inquisition could leave them to their speeches for dealing with them before the Chantry elects a new divine could be of benefit. I won't read all of these, just the ones that I think are interesting. And this is technically part of the story, so what are we going to do here? Let's see. What would Liliana want to do? These clerics were not at the conclave for a reason. They all have secrets and weaknesses we should exploit. That's her solution. Cullen, we should send a contingent of Inquisition soldiers to the Grand Cathedral. They can offer protection, and their visibility remind the clerics they are not out of our reach. He wants to intimidate them. and she wants to blackmail them. A delicate hand is needed. We should focus on clerics who can be swayed, make their voices louder than those who oppose us. Compromise. What is the better solution? Let's use Liliana.
Let's
I
see
like
what
that.
we have.
I don't think I ever used her for that. So let's see if something new comes out of it. Okay. This is from Iron Bull, I remember. Choose successor leads. It's like land. So, part of the Ben Hassel report. Okay, I'm not going to read that part. We don't need to. Well, yes, we'll read it. Part of Ben Hassel report, noting the current fight for succession in Leeds, which has been without a direct ruler since Duke Ramanch died early in the Elysian Civil War. The duchy will go to one of 3 members of dead Duke's family, all of whom have possible claims to the position due to the complex nature of Elysian politics. His cousin, Carolina, already a duchess by marriage. His daughter, Monette, whose claim is muddied by her youthful naivete and the fact that her father pushed her into a life of service to the Chantry after his wife's death, likely to protect her from the dangers of the game, and his brother, Jean Gaspard, an ambitious and cunning man who has been searching for power. Carolina is capable and not overly invested in overseeing Leeds personally. Monette would be the most easily manipulated, but less likely to be useful. Jean Gaspard would be difficult to manipulate and can represent a threat if he succeeds his brother. Any of these 3 candidates should become a valuable ally to the Inquisition, but the other 2 must be removed from play first. Monette would be better in the Chantry than in the game. I could see that she is encouraged to take vows. I can destroy Claudia's marriage with 4 words, and the proper glove left on the proper table. Jean Gaspard is a chevalier and a capable military leader. If we want him removed, I dare say we might recruit him. I never get Carolina out the game first, so let's go ahead and go with Josephine. This is the
Let us
one.
begin.
So then it'd just be Jean Gaspard and Monette left. And I want to see how that goes. This is Red Jenny. I don't really let certain people do Red Jenny stuff. Usually Liliana, so I can get benefits from it. Cult Madraste. Yeah, let's go ahead. Before the 5th Blight and the arrival of the hero of Ferelden, Haven was occupied by cultists who worshipped the dragon, one they believed to be Andraste Reborn. Both the cultists and the dragon were long gone by the time the Chantry arrived to build the Temple of Sacred Ashes. Long gone. I killed all of them. If that's what you're talking about. I even killed the dragon. So, if that's what you mean, they were long gone. Yeah, they were definitely gone. But there may still be undiscovered passages in the mountains containing their relics. With a concentrated search effort, it might be possible to unearth something useful to the Inquisition. I only got Cullen left, so let's go ahead and take care of that. Insert it. Okay. Champions of the Just. I don't want to do that because if I do that, I automatically lose my thing. I'm not going for the Templars this time. Like I said, if you want to see that, you want to go to my my rogue playthrough, because I chose the Templars in that playthrough. But I need to go meet the mages for the first time before I can pick them. And I'll need to get Blackwall.
Nothing to report, sir.
Right. Back wall.
They will make this a fight, not us. Remember how to carry your shields. You're not hiding, you're holding. Otherwise, it's useless.
Blackwall. Warden Blackwall.
You're not... How do you know my name? Who said... Ah! That's it. Help or get out. We're dealing with these idiots first. Conscripts, here they come! Hold the wall, men! Make them come to me! You're dead, bastard! I wasn't here to fight. Stop and think. Too late for that! You know how Sorry, bastards. Good work, conscripts. Even if this shouldn't have happened, they could have... Well, thieves are made, not born. Take back what they stole. Go back to your families. You saved yourselves. You're no farmer. Why do you know my name? Who are you?
I know your name because I'm an agent of the Inquisition. I'm investigating whether the disappearance of wardens has anything to do with the murder of the Divine.
Maker's balls. The Wardens and the Divine. That can't... No, you're asking so you don't really know. First off, I didn't know they disappeared. But we do that, right? No more blight, job done. Wardens are the first thing forgotten. But one thing I'll tell you, no Warden killed the Divine. Our purpose isn't political.
I'm not here to accuse, not yet. I just need information. I've only found you. Where are the rest?
I haven't seen any Wardens for months. I travel alone, recruiting. Not much interest because the Archdemon is a decade dead, and no need to conscript because there's no blight coming. Treaties give Wardens the right to take what we need, who we need. These idiots forced this fight, so I conscripted their victims. They had to do what I said, so I told them to stand. Next time they won't need me. Grey Wardens can inspire. Make you better than you think you are.
I wasn't aware Grey Wardens could take whatever they want.
It's complicated. If there's a blight, everyone has to help the effort to fight it. The treaties are ancient. Outside of blights, it's as binding as a clever tongue can make it.
Do you have any idea where the other Wardens could have gone?
Maybe they returned to our stronghold at Weishaupt? That's in the Anderfels, a long way north. I don't really know. Can't imagine why they'd all disappear at once, let alone where they'd disappear to.
Why haven't you gone missing like the rest of them?
Well, maybe I was going to. Or maybe there's a new directive, but a runner got lost or something. My job was to recruit on my own. Plan to stay that way for months. Years.
It's been a pleasure, Warden Blackwall, but this didn't help at all.
Inquisition. Agent, did you say? Hold a moment. The Divine is dead and the sky is torn. Events like these, thinking we're absent is almost as bad as thinking we're involved. If you're trying to put things right, maybe you need a Warden. Maybe you need me.
The Inquisition needs all the support it can get. But what can one Grey Warden do?
Save the fucking world if pressed. Look, maybe fighting demons from the sky isn't something I'm practiced at. But show me someone who is. And like I said, there are treaties. Maybe this isn't a blight, but it's bloody well a disaster. Some will honor them. Being a Warden means something to a lot of people.
Warden Blackwall, the Inquisition accepts your offer.
Good to hear. We both need to know what's going on. And perhaps I've been keeping to myself for too long. This Warden walks with the Inquisition.
To make him a tank. Let's see. A letter found on the body of a bandit who stole from refugees in hinterlands. The ink is smudged, and only a few sentences can be made out. You can die pretending you earn back your soldier's honor, or you can do something with the skills that son of a bitch taught you. Spend some time with my boys. No one will know who you are in Ferelden, and it's not so bad. A little bit of smuggling, a little bit of extortion. You'll get used to it. Hmm. Sad. Okay. We need get Vivian's book. There's somebody here I want to recruit as an agent. Now that I have Vivian.
Thank you.
It's good to have common to trade.
If you say so. It's just what I heard.
Oh. Hey, Blue. I missed the scene where Hubby saves with his shield. Are you talking about Blackwall? Is Blackwall you mean? Wow, I didn't know you liked Blackwall. Okay.
Well, let me know if you find one.
I don't think I had a character that romanced Blackwall. Guess that's something for a future playthrough.
I suppose you're right.
Yeah, him and Cully Wully. Commander Cullen. Yeah. I can see that. I can see that. Lots of people like Cullen. Oops, I missed her. She's over here. There we go.
May I help you?
You need to join this Inquisition, ma'am.
The Inquisition could use the skills of a powerful mage.
If I wished to kill others, I would have joined the rebels. How is the Inquisition any better?
Okay, now I got the knowledge. But I brought Vivian with me, so I might as well just...
The Inquisition is our chance to restore order in Chandler.
I forgot Sarah was with me.
Without it, we'll be no better than apostates.
Madame Vivienne, court mage of the Empress of Orlais. I am honored. And if you back the Inquisition, so shall I. My skills are yours. Just give me a moment to gather my things.
I gotta keep Sarah and Vivian out of the same party. Especially with certain things that I say and do. I don't want them to lose approval. Because I have fair-weathered friends, so it's pretty easy for them to get on their bad side. Completely forgot about that.
Welcome back. I passed round what you found. No one will go hungry.
Good to know. Very good to know. Alright, let's find this book. And then we can head to Redcliffe.
I'm pleased to hear it.
It's good to have commerce restored. I've many good
Where am I going? Right, here's the spot. Got to get up there. Yeah, switching between them is probably a good idea. But I just want to get that achievement. I don't think I need to go up here, but I came up here anyway. Oh wait, I found a mosaic piece. 2 more for the fall. All right. Got her book. Let's switch party members up because I'm not fencing.
Nothing to report, sir.
Okay. Let's take my favorite people anyway. I like this team. Alright, here we go. This is the road I need, I think. Have I been in this house?
There's too many refugees out here. Reminds me of Kirkwall during the Blight.
Probably have. Huh. Mage Shadow seems like it's a lot easier to find than I remember. Every time I play this game, I always have to look for it. But I didn't realize how close it was to Red Cliff. Okay, I automatically got off. That's how you know I'm close enough.
Turn back. We can't open the gates until the threat has passed.
Okay, well, the threat is going to pass when I take care of it, of course.
We don't know what these rifts can do. That one appeared to alter the time around it.
There are many mages in Redcliffe. Maybe Fiona will...
Maker have mercy. It's over. Open the gates.
We spread word the Inquisition was coming. But you should know that no one here was expecting us.
No one? Not even Grand Enchanter Fiona?
If she was, she hasn't told anyone. We've arranged use of the tavern for the negotiations.
Agents of the Inquisition, my apologies. Magister Alexius is in charge now, but hasn't yet arrived. He's expected shortly. You can speak with the former Grand Enchanter in the meantime.
The Veil is weaker here than in Haven. And not merely weak, but altered in a way I have not seen.
We should talk to the Grand Enchanter.
Sorry, I was eating at the same time, so I didn't want to shoot on the mic. So, it's ready finally. Let me get myself some coffee here. Ooh, okay. Okay. All right, I'm ready. I know it's a good fully ready, but like, I'm always like straggling behind when I get off of work, and I never get to eat or anything. So I know you should probably say, "Oh, I should change my schedule." I only got a certain amount of time to play games nowadays. Now I could probably play later today because I don't have to work tomorrow. But like most days, I have to work early in the morning. So I'm one of those super early shifts workers. So I just need to learn to use my time more wisely in between. All right, got a lot of elf fruit here. You know I gotta get it. Yeah, redesign of Redcliffe is kind of, I don't know.
Impressive craftsmanship to remain standing after such abuse.
It's barely standing. What are you talking about? Redcliffe Windmill. These ruins mark the spot where a windmill once overlooked Redcliffe Village. It was destroyed in the last days of the Blight when the Darkspawn attacked the area and was never repaired. The downside of this is like this windmill used to have a clear view of Lake Calenhad, and you can't see it anywhere. Can you get up here and see it? I don't. In Origins, you can see the lake and everything. I don't know. It's a weird thing to be annoyed by, but and it'd be nice if they can show like the trap door here somewhere. Maybe it's buried under these rocks or whatever, but I don't see the trap door that leads to Redcliffe Castle, you know. For those of us Dragon Age junkies. Alright. I'm not complaining. There's more side quests in here, so I'm probably gonna end up doing those before I proceed with the story. I don't have what I need to pick this lock. Death hands, fire tools. Even Varric can't do it. Whoa, that was weird. One more perk point and I get it.
I'll ask around again tomorrow.
Thank you.
Maybe the rumours about the apostates attacking people
I
were
remember
just
the
rumours
first
after
time
all.
the dead walked
Either way, we're safe.
when a blood mage poisoned
That's all
our
that
lemurs.
matters right now.
The ashes of Andrastia herself brought the owl back from his enchanted slumber.
Tell me about your people.
They say a spirit dwells in a small lake south of the highway. The girls of the village bring it daisies and ask for love, but rarely does it listen. For 'tis a spirit of valor, not love, and it favours blood lotus flowers.
I asked her to tell me about Redcliffe Village, and that's what she told me.
No
It's
man
weird.
needs statues so great as those whose remnants lie toppled in these hills. These statues come from ancient dreams of blood and bone, lost to the memory of man. Be wary of them.
Okay. Sure.
Mother, I had a dream again last night.
Ah, Senna,
No,
my darling.
there'll be no talk of this.
For the
It was
first
so
time in
real.
all these years,
And
I
when I
fear I
woke
will
up,
not be visiting your
the sheets
ashes.
were as cold
What
as
plague is this? That demons and brigands stop a man from taking flowers to his wife's shrine.
What if I took flowers to your wife's shrine for you?
I do not know what to say, except thank you. I never expected anyone not of the blood to care. My Senna would be grateful. Her shrine lies on a hill to the west, near the Tablestones. Thank you.
Stay safe.
Walk in peace.
Fine day to you.
Everything on the surface smells so wet.
Hello.
Travel safe.
The Venatori have made the Oculara and are using them to search for something. Something like those old shards, presumably.
Every ocularum is made from the skull of a tranquil?
I figured they'd fled with the rebel mages. Poor bastards.
I had wondered what had become of them when the mages rebelled. What a tragic waste.
I had wondered where they had gone. I should have looked harder.
Well, it's too late now, Cassandra. That's all this place has. Is where did the ocularums come from? They decapitated Tranquil and made their skulls into these devices. You're looking for some people with the examples of twisted magic. To Inventor is where you go.
Never take that away just because you're a mage. After what I did, I'm not even sure I should be here.
It's not your fault. Could have happened to any of us.
That doesn't help. That's why people hate us. But just stop. You don't know what you're talking about.
Are you Connor?
You've heard the story, I guess. I can't believe King Alistair thought Redcliffe was the right place to send the mages. I mean, he grew up here. Did he think they would just forget what I did to them?
You were behind the siege of Redcliffe 10 years ago?
That's me. The boy with Redcliffe's blood on his hands.
Weren't you possessed? It wasn't you who did those things.
Wasn't it?
Cassandra didn't like that.
I let the demon in. Sometimes when I dream, I remember what happened. I see the death and destruction, and it's me. It's all me.
Why isn't Arl Eamon in power anymore?
After the Landsmeet, he stayed in Denerim. I couldn't be his heir, not after what happened. So eventually he passed the title to Uncle Tegan.
How did you end up in the Mage Rebellion?
I was living in the Ferelden Tower when the circles dissolved. I voted against it, but at first it seemed all right. No one was summoning demons. They just wanted to oversee themselves. But then the Magister came, and it's wrong what they do in Tevinter. We are monsters. We need to be controlled. If it wasn't for me, every family in this village wouldn't be missing a son, a daughter, a spouse.
You were a little boy. Technically, it was your parents' fault, but...
You're not in favor of the alliance with Tevinter?
Alliance? Is that what they're calling it? That Magister threw my uncle out into the street. He signed us into servitude. This is my home. Redcliffe, Ferelden. No matter what evils I've done, I would never have invited Tevinter here.
I need to be going.
Please, talk some sense into the Grand Enchanter. Selling out to the Imperium won't win us any friends. We have to find a way to make peace.
The man, I mean, hates himself for what he did when he was a child. If his mother would have got him the training he needed, but we all know what happened, so don't got to rehash it.
Travel safely.
She didn't want to lose her child, and so doing so started all that mess. I mean, she's not the only one to blame, but it did start with her. Yeah. But I mean, on the other side, the circles are horrible. Like who wants to be locked in the tower for their whole life? Yeah, maybe they'll trust you enough to let you go places from time to time, but like that is just not a life I would ever want to live. That is just daunting. The idea of being trapped and not being able to go where you want to, like a prisoner. All the circles are horrible. Yes, I think the Kirkwall one was the worst, but they're all horrible. Like just no freedom, just because you have the ability to use magic. It's just gross. There are circles that let come and go. Yeah, I know. There are a few like that. Yeah, that's true. And I know the Freldon circle wasn't always that bad. Like Wynn was able to make decisions to do other things. But I definitely would hate to go to Kirkwall.
Thank you.
I talked to one of the rebel mages. She said it sounded like the dream she had before the magic took her.
I don't want you talking to the rebels. We're not.
Yeah, Kirkwall was the worst. I'm pretty sure Kirkwall made the most tranquil as well.
Good
Just
day.
because.
Would you care to trade?
These sigils, I wonder who idea was there. I think some people probably use these to give themselves a challenge in the game. Because plus 30% heal on kill is good, but negative maximum health, like negative 50% maximum health is wild. I mean, they obviously not using these playing on Nightmare, because man.
Anything we can do, just ask.
Thank you.
Good day.
All right, I
I'll
gotta.
keep an eye out. You don't even Thank you. Just say it, do you? Would you hate me that much if I...
Yes.
Let me. Need Death's Hand, fine tools for that. I think this is the healer here. Yep.
Too many people dying for want of simple herbs. My apologies. Can I help you?
There are refugees at the crossroads who would benefit from a healer.
Of course they would. These attacks by the Templars have endangered countless innocent lives. But if I go to the crossroads to help, I might end up in danger myself. I doubt those refugees would risk their lives for a knife here. Why should I risk mine for them?
Have people called you a knife ear?
Every day. They need the salves I sell, but they spit on me once they've paid. These villagers only tolerate me because Templars killed their human healer. I doubt the humans at the crossroads would be any different.
Sandra, Solus. Let's go Solus,
Save
maybe?
yourself, and all the villagers will remember is that you hid, even though they did the same. If you help the refugees, they may not love you, but they will hold their tongues before calling you knife ear.
All right. If the Inquisition soldiers are there, I might be safer regardless. I'll see you at the crossroads soon. Just give me a moment to gather my things.
All right. We can still help her with something too, I bet.
May I
remember.
help you?
Are you running short of healing herbs?
Yes. We've many injured from attacks by those cursed Templars. I need the herbs to treat people's wounds. It's too dangerous to go hunting through the hills to gather more. I've a list there of the herbs I need.
Well, I've been out there
Stay safe out there.
collecting every elf root I can get my hands on. Spin the weed and elf root. I got that.
May I help you?
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
This is exactly what I needed.
Are you running short of healing herbs?
Yes, I need them to keep wounds from going bad. It's too dangerous to go hunting through the hills to gather more.
I don't think I need to say that to her every time.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
Advanced. Let's see. Royal elf fruit and regular elf fruit. Got it.
Pleasure to see you again.
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
Yes, these are perfect.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
Crystal, Grace, and Spindleweed.
Pleasure to see you again.
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
With this, I'm certain I can save more lives.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
Guess that's all she needed.
Travel safe.
Blessings upon the Inquisition. Good day.
Would that I could. Oh.
You're all right, sir?
Of course, I see.
Please, are you with the Inquisition? As you've wandered, have you by any chance seen a ram that is, different? Lord Wolseley wandered off, and he's very special. If you could find him, I'd be most grateful.
What makes your ram so special?
Well, he's always brought the family luck, and his advice helped us make our fortune.
Your ram offered advice?
He's a very special ram.
Your ram has gone missing?
Yes. I'm certain that if he heard his Jimmy missed him, he'd come right back. He's likely at our family's old summer cabin. It's by the lake in the southern hills. If you do find him and send him back, I'd be happy to pay you.
I'll speak with you later.
If you find my ram, please send him home.
Oh, it's a song. All right. There's still this one to deal with. Tanner.
Oh. I see. Grandmother, I think we should go. Go? In the middle of the war? Don't be a fool, girl. We did not flee Redcliffe when the dead walked into our village. We will not flee now.
They say Andraste sent you to save the world. If it'll help save lives and bring peace, I'll be the first to believe.
I'm trying. I hope I don't disappoint.
I hope so too.
Are you working for the Mage Rebellion?
Mages are children of the Maker, no less than the rest of us. They struggle no less with questions of faith.
Does that mean you support their freedom?
Given a choice between the Circle and death, most mages willingly gave up some small freedoms for safety. But the pendulum swings, and now it seems any restraint is too much. I think they should have a chance to prove they deserve freedom.
I don't see any other priests in the village. Where is everybody?
The Magister had the others escorted out for their own safety, but I refused. He can throw me out if he wants. Until then, I tend to my flock.
I mean, you could come to Haven, but...
What are your feelings on the mages working with Tevinter?
The Imperium burned Andraste. Since then, we have led 4 exalted marches against them. Yet in all those marches, they still acknowledged the Maker. Now I speak of him and the Magisters laugh. Something has happened, and I dread to learn what.
I will leave you to your duties.
Maker speed you, my child.
Revered Mother... Elathin? I don't know. I can't pronounce people's names. Not the unique ones, anyway. Sister Tanner.
May I help you?
Are you a Chantry sister?
A lay sister only. I work here to help the poor and extend the Maker's kindness to those who need it. It is very busy work, especially in these times, but let me know if I can ever help you.
I found the letter you sent a Templar named Corin.
What? Shit. You can't prove anything. A letter from a rogue Templar. Nobody is going to care. So, what do you intend to do?
Let's see. Impersonating a sister, smuggling, dishonoring Chantry robes. I can think of more if you like. Or you could put your skills to use for the Inquisition.
And you'd keep quiet? Nobody else has to know?
That will
Souls
depend on
like
how
that.
honest your efforts are on our behalf.
All right. I'm in. Seems like the Inquisition is the safer bet these days.
I should have picked Varric like I usually do. Whoops. All right, let's deal with some of these side quests.
Nothing to report, sir.
Why did Cassandra just disapprove? I just seen that Cassandra disapproves. What did she just disapprove of? I wish I had like a meter just so I can see how high or low their approval is. Okay. Not very unique or anything, but Tyrone pokes head in to see if Crimson Mixing King is on the hunt. Not today. Not today. I got to get back to my ship once I'm done. Then we'll see. I got to end that cruise once and for all. Just you wait. Never. We'll see. We'll see. I got to recruit all the people that been on there. They'll join me. We'll sing forever on the cruise. Lord Walsley, where is this thing? It's Ram. Oh.
Lord Wolseley, I presume. A young man named Jimmy would very much like you to return home. Oh, good.
All right, let's go ahead and take care of these flowers to the shrine, and then we'll go back. I see a red dot. Is that a bear? It's always a bear. Look, just come on. Jeez. Here I go.
Make it take you.
Another bear. Like full of bears. And I got the trial on that make bears tougher. So these bears are lower level, but man, once I run into those great bears, Crystal Grace, I always need that. All right, where's the shrine? Here it is.
Yes, sir.
I do not suppose you've found my Senna's shrine. I know it is a long way to go.
I cleaned Senna's shrine and placed the flowers. May her ashes be gathered by Falundine and carried safely.
After all the long years she carried me, thank you. You do a foolish old man too much kindness. Thank you, friend. May your inquisition do as much good for the land as you have done for me.
Thank you. May it be with you. Are you sure?
Lord Wolseley came back! He says you convinced him. Here, for all your trouble.
A beautiful area to have seen so much sadness.
All right, let's go ahead and
Welcome, agents of the Inquisition. What has brought you to Redcliffe?
you invited me. Yeah, pretty much.
We're here because of your invitation back in Val Royeaux.
You must be mistaken. I haven't been to Val Royeaux since before the Conclave.
If it wasn't you who invited me here, who was it?
I don't know. Now that you say it, I feel strange. Whoever or whatever brought you here, the situation has changed. The Free Mages have already pledged themselves to the service of the Tevinter Imperium.
An alliance with Tevinter? Do you not fear all of Thedas turning against you?
Andraste's ass. I'm trying to think of a single worse thing you could have done, and I've got nothing.
I understand that you are afraid, but you deserve better than slavery to Tevinter.
As one indentured to a Magister, I no longer have the authority to negotiate with you.
An alliance with Tevinter is a terrible mistake.
All hope of peace died with Justinian. This bargain with Tevinter would not have been my first choice, but we had no choice. We are losing this war. I needed to save as many of my people as I could.
Welcome, my friends. I apologize for not greeting you earlier.
Agents of the Inquisition, allow me to introduce Magister Girion Alexius.
The Southern Mages are under my command. And you are the survivor, yes? The one from the Fade? Interesting.
I'd like to know more about this alliance between the rebel mages and the Imperium.
Certainly. What specifically do you wish to know?
The Grand Enchanter told me she was indentured to a Magister.
Our Southern brethren have no legal status in the Imperium. As they were not born citizens of Tevinter, they must work for a period of 10 years before gaining full rights. As their protector,
10 years.
I shall oversee their work for the Imperium.
I'm not clear on when exactly you negotiated this arrangement with Fiona.
When the Conclave was destroyed, these poor souls faced the brutality of the Templars, who rushed to attack them. It could only be through divine providence that I arrived when I did.
It was certainly very timely.
What does the Imperium gain from taking rebel mages under its wing?
For the moment, the Southern Mages are a considerable expense. After they are properly trained, they will join our Legion.
You said not all my people would be military. There are children, those not suited.
And one day I'm sure they will all be productive citizens of the Imperium when their debts are paid.
I haven't seen any sign of Redcliffe's Arl or his men.
The Arl of Redcliffe left the village.
Al Tegan did not abandon his lands during the Blight, even when they were under siege.
There were tensions growing. I did not want an incident.
You're quite a long way from Tevinter, Alexius.
Indeed I am, though I have heard you are no Ferelden either. It seems we are both strangers here. Felix, would you send for a scribe, please? Pardon my manners. My son Felix, friends. I am not surprised you're here. Containing the breach is not a feat that many could even attempt. There is no telling how many mages would be needed for such an endeavor. Ambitious, indeed.
Well, when you're fighting a massive tear in the sky, you can hardly afford to think small.
There will have to be. Felix.
My lord, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, Father.
Come, I'll get your powders. Please excuse me, friends. We will have to continue this another time. Fiona, I require your assistance back at the castle.
I don't mean to trouble everyone.
I shall send word to the Inquisition. We will conclude this business at a later date.
Come to the Chantry. You are in danger.
Ooh, very mysterious.
We'll be careful, but we need to figure out what's going on here.
don't need your kind here. Your Inquisition's just Templars by another name.
Who are you?
Linnea. Just Linnea. Don't ask what circle tower I'm from, because we're done with that. We're all free mages now.
You'd rather bow to Tevinter than join the Inquisition?
All you Chantry types think the same way. The Imperium is a great evil that must be avoided. It's just because they're ruled by mages. No one wants us to look at them and say their mages are free and the world hasn't ended.
But don't Magisters summon demons and practice human sacrifice?
The Chantry says whatever they think will scare us. What's wrong with blood magic? People don't like the idea of us controlling their thoughts, but they have no problem with us throwing fireballs in their wars. In Tevinter, the mages police themselves. It works.
I'm here because I believe mages deserve their freedom.
Right. And I'm the Empress of Orlais.
Knocked out again? No. Just not paying attention to what I'm doing. And I'm breathing kind of weird. Told my doctor that I think it's more than just allergies. See this lady everywhere.
Magister Alexius does not approve of those without magic like you and me. You may not wish to stay long. Many villagers have already left to escape his ire.
Maybe I should seek a second opinion, maybe.
What does the Magister have against you?
He does not like to be reminded of what mages can become. He says all Tranquil must leave Redcliffe, but who would take us in?
Yeah. So, I mean, well, I'm not going to go over that, of course, in my stream, but it's a number of things that's happening more than just mucus and stuff like that. So I got to see what can do about that so I can breathe better. Also, I got Game Pass, so I have Expedition 33, so I'm going to try that out when I get a chance. Tomorrow's Mother's Day, so I'm going to be probably spending time with my mom. And then when I get the opportunity, I'm going to try that game. Because I just kept hearing about it. People keep saying good things about it. So I'm going to try to play it on stream. See how I do.
You're one of the Tranquil?
Yes, my talent for magic was insufficient to protect me from demons. Rather than risk me becoming possessed, the Circle removed my connection to the Fade. My magic is gone, along with my dreams and desires. Those now in Redcliffe prefer not to see us.
I hate the idea of tranquility. Like, it's just a horrible thing. And then now you got the Teventer mages who killed a bunch of Tranquil and turned their skulls into the Occuluras, whatever you want to call those skull things that you use to find the shards. And then the things you hear about that happened to the Tranquil in the circles and all that kind of stuff, because they're like totally agreeable. Like they don't say no to people, and you can do whatever you want to them. So the stuff that you hear happen to them is just horrific. Like it's just not nothing I would want to do to somebody. And then you find out later that they can actually reverse tranquility.
How long have Tevinters been here?
Magister Alexius arrived at nightfall, 2 days after we retreated from the Temple of Sacred Ashes. He forced anyone without magic out of the castle, save those he required to serve him. Even the Arl was sent away.
Farewell, then.
One moment. You are a member of the Inquisition, are you not? I am an alchemist.
I am.
You must require potions. If the Magister will not have me here, perhaps I can offer my services.
I mean, I'll take anybody who's got skills, or they can do anything. Even if you just cook or whatever.
We would be delighted to have you working for the Inquisition.
Thank you. While one lives, it is good to believe there is still a use for one's talents.
Inquisition, huh? I wish to holy Andraste you'd gotten here sooner. These Tevinters make my shoulder blades itch.
Make your shoulder blades itch.
Who are you?
Name's Tom, formerly of the Circle of Magi in Hospital. Lived my whole life there, since I was 10 years old and came into my magic. 3 meals a day, quality education, a roof over my head. If you're not summoning demons, a mage tower's a fine place to be.
If you were happy in the Circle, why are you here with the rebels?
We're all rebels now. The vote sorted that. The majority wanted to dissolve the circles. The rest of us went with them or were cut loose. I figured I'm better off with my fellow mages than on my own.
You're not happy with this new alliance?
Something's not right about that lot. They're not like us. Magic or no, I'd rather count myself among decent folk than stand with magisters.
How did the Grand Enchanter end up working with Teventer?
1 minute, we were bracing for the Templars to attack. The next, we had a Magister ally. It was a stroke of luck that's given us an edge. In a way, out of the frying pan.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Be careful. The Tevinters likely aren't happy you're asking questions.
Yeah, I wanted to play Expedition 33, but now I don't want to. I just don't feel the vibe for it anymore. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna watch others play because the game is hecka pretty. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna try it out. I didn't fully watch people play, um, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it out. I mean, I got it on Game Pass anyway, so I didn't buy the game, and I already got Game Pass, so might as well. Gotta meet Felix. Just randomly collecting knowledge. Want to jump out this window for some reason. The game includes complex and complicated relationships, death, alligators, floods, animal death, missing and lost children, child death, spiders, aka nopes, emotional and physical abuse, betrayal, slavery, racism, kidnapping, and grief, regret, profanity. Sounds like my kind of game. Now, I do like playing a hero in games, so it depends on whether I can do something about that or not, if I'm going to actually enjoy it. We'll see. Like, I like stories, so we'll see how the stories go. The story has to be good in order for me to be into it. Whether the combat is or not is irrelevant to me. Oh, that's for another chat. Oh, you chatting in multiple chats. Oh, okay. Maybe you're talking about another game I probably should check out. I gotta pick and choose which games I play because I don't got a lot of time these days to do everything. Hang out with people and work and stuff like that.
Good day. You're from the Inquisition. I didn't think you'd still be here. Were you really looking to ally with us?
I mean, mages should be free. I know Cassandra gonna have a problem with that. You sound doubtful. No, you should be contained. No, I'm not. You
Is
sound
that
doubtful.
so hard to believe?
Everyone blames us. The Templars left the
But
Chantry
if you
too.
ever play south
That's
of midnight,
worse, isn't it?
you can
They took an oath.
use
Yet
this.
everyone calls it
Hmm.
the Mage Rebellion. We're the
Oh
ones they
yeah.
hate. What choice
Did you
did
play
we
that on
have?
stream?
Stay and be slaves?
I kind of wanted to check that out.
Sometimes to achieve the world one desires, one must take regrettable measures.
I hope you can do something. Tying ourselves to Tevinter. That can't be the right way to end this.
You seem young to be part of this.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm Lysis.
I do want to check that out.
I came into my magic when I was 9 years old. Templars came into the alienage and took me to the Circle. They didn't even let me say goodbye. It's not right. I studied hard. I passed my harrowing. I sing the chant. But I'll be locked up for the rest of my life.
It's a short game.
You don't approve of the Grand Enchanter's
Okay.
decision?
I was there when we voted to leave the Circle. She really seemed to care what we wanted. She was ready to rebel, but she wasn't going to unless it was the will of all mages. It's hard to believe she'd go behind our backs and sell us to the Magisters.
How long has Magister Alexius been here?
A day or two after. After the Conclave, he arrived. Come to save us from the wrath of the Templars, they said. But this doesn't feel like safety.
Take care of yourself. There's something strange going on.
I never thought the Grand Enchanter would swear to a Magister.
All right. Head to the Chantry. I do want to try South of Midnight. At least I want to support that game. I probably just buy it just because, you know, I like the idea of a black female antagonist, protagonist.
Good. You're finally here. Now help me close this, would you?
Oh. Very glad I bought the game. No regrets. Yep.
Fascinating. How does that work exactly?
No idea.
You don't even know, do you? You just wiggle your fingers and boom. Rift closes.
Who are you?
Ah, getting ahead of myself again, I see. Dorian of House Parvus, most recently of Minrathous. How do you do?
Another Tevinter. Be cautious with this one.
Suspicious friends you have here. Magister Alexius was once my mentor, so my assistance should be valuable, as I'm sure you can imagine.
I was expecting Phoenix to be here.
I'm sure he's on his way. He was to give you the note, then meet us here after ditching his father.
Just thought about it. Like, what about the rifts that are still open in certain places? People just keep fighting the demons. There's no way to close them. Only one person has the ability to close them for this entire time. I wonder if they never really say if you close the rifts in the game. I pretty much close every rift when I play every playthrough. I don't know why. It's just a thing I like to do. So does that mean the Inquisitor closes every rift canonically? I don't know. It don't really matter because a lot of this stuff didn't transfer to Veilguard, so I don't even know what I'm talking about it. I didn't hate the game. I was disappointed. Just being honest.
Are you a Magister?
All right, let's say this once. I'm a mage from Tevinter, but not a member of the Magisterium. I know Southerners use the terms interchangeably, but that only makes you sound like barbarians.
Stop talking like you're waiting for applause. Just tell me what's going on.
What? There's no applause? Fine. Look, you must know there's danger. That should be obvious even without the note. Let's start with Alexius claiming the allegiance of the mage rebels out from under you. As if by magic, yes? Which is exactly right. To reach Redcliffe, before the Inquisition, Alexius distorted time itself.
He arranged it so he could arrive here just after the Divine died?
You catch on quick.
That is fascinating if true, and almost certainly dangerous.
The rift you closed here. You saw how it twisted time around itself, sped some things up and slowed others down. Soon, there will be more like it, and they'll appear further and further away from Redcliffe. The magic Alexius is using is wildly unstable, and it's unraveling the world.
I'd like more proof than magical time control. Go with it.
I know what I'm talking about. I helped develop this magic. When I was still his apprentice, it was pure theory. Alexius could never get it to work. What I don't understand is why he's doing it, ripping time to shreds just to gain a few hundred lackeys.
He didn't do it for them.
Took you long enough. Is he getting suspicious?
No, but I shouldn't have played the illness card. I thought he'd be fussing over me all day. My father's joined a cult, Tevinter Supremacists. They call themselves Venatori. And I can tell you one thing. Whatever he's done for them, he's done it to get to you.
Alexius is your father. Why are you working against him?
For the same reason Dorian works against him. I love my father, and I love my country. But this? Cults? Time magic? What he's doing now is madness. For his own sake, you have to stop him.
It would also be nice if he didn't rip a hole in time. There's already a hole in the sky.
Why would he rearrange time and indenture the Major Rebellion just to get to me?
They're obsessed with you, but I don't know why. Perhaps because you survived the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
You can close the rifts. Maybe there's a connection. Or they see you as a threat.
If the Venatori are behind those rifts or the breach in the sky, they're even worse than I thought.
All this for me. And here I didn't get Alexius anything.
Send him a fruit basket. Everyone loves those. You know you're his target. Expecting the trap is the first step in turning it to your advantage. I can't stay in Redcliffe. Alexius doesn't know I'm here, and I want to keep it that way for now. But whenever you're ready to deal with him, I want to be there. I'll be in touch. Oh, and Felix, try not to get yourself killed.
There are worse things than dying, Dorian.
I feel like the Hushed Whispers quest line is more interesting than the Champions of the Just. That's just my personal opinion. So that's definitely what I'm going with, just so you know. Belt of Urgency. The wearer of this belt gains a small boost to attack speed when below 50% health. I mean, I am swinging this two-handed weapon pretty slowly. Spirit resistance. I don't want to get below 50% health, though. That's not something I'm into. I think there's only one thing left to do in the hinterlands, and that's the dragon. So I'm gonna wait for that until I get my special armor. Okay, back. Had to finish the grab and run before some pirates came to blow up my ship. Oh.
Does Tevinter really need cults? Aren't they weird enough?
The word you're looking for is dangerous.
They can be dangerous and weird. That's the thing. Alright, I think I'm down to Redcliffe for now. A couple of places still need to be unlocked, but we do not have that ability yet. All right, we're definitely doing Hush Whispers. I'm going to lose some major approval from Cassandra, Bull, and Vivian from grabbing the mages up. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. Find some good butt kissing techniques here.
Now that we've got better mats, if you like, I can show you a few tricks to get more out of them.
Oh, can you now?
Fine, forget I said anything. You Fereldans. Growling at everyone but your dogs.
No, go ahead. Who knows? Maybe some fancy noble riding might save my life if a scouting ride goes wrong. And maybe I'll show you a few tricks as well.
Okay.
We've gotten a new shipment. You'll have what you need.
Good. Your quartermaster's keeping this place running.
I'll pass on your thanks, Master Harry.
Maker, look at it.
Nice beard.
So much easier to ignore when it's far away. And to actually walk out of it. To be that close.
Yeah.
It's right there. We could take a trip if you're that curious.
I'm gonna have to decline. At least until I learn more about it. The breach, the Divine's death, the Wardens. It doesn't make sense. There's so much we don't know.
Your experience with the Wardens will certainly be useful.
Mostly the treaties, I expect. Old parchments you're welcome to. What about you? How do you fit into all this?
Some worship me. I like that. That's a weird thing to say. I want peace is the best thing.
I just want to help stop the war. Try to put things back in order.
A worthy goal, one I'm happy to support. For me, I'll be satisfied so long as we find the bastards that killed the Divine. They owe us some answers. I've heard rumors of abandoned Warden camps all over these parts. If we have time, I'd like to take a look. See if there's anything we can salvage.
All will kneel before doom. Yeah.
Let's talk about the Grey Wardens. You must know a lot about them.
Ah, the Wardens. I'm afraid we're less exciting than we seem.
The Blight's been over for 10 years. What do Wardens do when the world's not ending?
There is still Darkspawn. Just because we killed so many in Ferelden doesn't mean they're gone. And the world is not so peaceful that there's no use for good men with swords. Sometimes you have to figure out for yourself what the pledge to protect others really means. It's not always about just archdemons and blights.
Where were you during the Blight?
I was in Ferelden, on my own like always. Quietly killed my fair share of Darkspawn too.
Like, being the person who played this game at the beginning, I already knew that this man was suspicious when he said stuff like that. Like, I played Dragon Age Origins. If you was in Ferelden, why didn't you help us out? That's a load of BS, but okay.
You haven't had contact with other Wardens for a while. Why were you on your own?
It's what I've always done. Recruitment only requires one man. Besides, I've always been a loner. Works best for everyone that way.
So, you have no idea where the rest of the Wardens are?
Do you find that odd? The Blight is over. We don't need an organized force. And orders don't change much from day to day. For the last 1,000 years or so, it's been just find Darkspawn, kill them, repeat as necessary.
Let's continue this at another time.
As you wish. I'll be here if you need me. Inquisitor?
I want to hear more about you.
Compared to yours, my life will seem dull indeed.
Your name Blackwall doesn't sound Orlesian. Marcher, then? Ferelden?
I was from the Free Marchers originally. Markham. That was a long time ago. Another life.
Did you play the other games? Absolutely. I played all the games. I even played some of the weird games they did back in the day when Dragon Age 2 was about to come out. It was one on Facebook. I can't remember the name of it, but that's how I got a lot of the DLC items from that Facebook game. But yeah, everything Dragon Age, I consume it. What do I think of this? Win as divine? Nah, I don't think that's a good idea. Plus, Win, sorry to say, at this point has passed away. So she is not actually alive during Dragon Age Inquisition. I don't know if you knew that, but she was on borrowed time anyway. Because that spirit of, I don't know if it was spirit of compassion or faith that was in her, kept her alive. Oh, okay. Okay.
I hear that many wardens were once criminals.
You're right. And when you join, your past is forgotten, so let's leave it that way.
Okay. Sorry, Blackwall. I'm saying if she was, 9 years isn't borrowed time. Yeah, I guess. It's a blessing, sure, yeah.
What did you do before you became a warden?
I was a soldier, a nobody trained to wield a sword and follow orders. I grew weary of fighting other men's wars.
So you became a warden?
More or less. Becoming a Grey Warden was the first time I felt like I mattered. The life I led before.
The book about Win? I think I heard of it, but I don't think I ever read that one.
Fade away.
Why did you join the Wardens?
Because they remember honor and sacrifice. Words that have little meaning to the rest of us. Because they lay down their lives for those they have sworn to protect. We all need to
Fight
believe
Cole
there are such men in
1v1.
the world.
She wins.
Needed to believe
I mean, that does make sense.
We can
Because
continue
Cole
this
was a
discussion.
killer. If he would have won, I doubt she would have made it out. But she is pretty powerful, especially since she actually has healing abilities, unlike some other mages. Does he have anything else?
I'm here.
What do you
Thoughts
think
on
of
the
the
Inquisition? I expected more. More men, better equipment. You may have Andraste's favor, but wars are won by men, soldiers.
She learns how to reverse tranquility. Yeah, I knew about that at least. Didn't know what was in that book, though.
Avoiding war altogether would be ideal.
True enough. Still, it never hurts to be prepared. One thing I will say about your men. They're passionate, devoted. You inspire them. Build on that foundation, and you will have an army that makes nations tremble.
Elemental battle mage, not a healer. Well, what I'm talking about is the fact that she has healing abilities in the game. Because kind of like when they made this game, they wanted to let people know that mages with healing abilities was considered to be a rare ability. That's the reason why there's no healers in this actual game. No healing mages, at least.
What do you
So
think about all this trouble between the mages and Templars?
that, and they wanted the potion upgrades to be relevant, I
It
guess.
seems inevitable, but that could be hindsight. How many of us actually saw it coming? Either way, I don't think the Chantry will ever recover.
What do you think of Haven?
It's a war camp that was once a pilgrim's refuge. It's the state of the world, though, isn't it? Holy ground turned into a battlefield. Pity about that temple. Would have been nice to see it.
What do you think of the Inquisition's cause?
Restoring order is a goal I support wholeheartedly. But that's not the end of it, is it? Not by a half. The Lady Seeker believes we are restoring the Chantry. Others say it needs reform. I don't know where you stand on the matter, and I'll admit I haven't made up my mind either.
It does need reform. I don't need to ask those questions.
We should return to our duties.
As you wish. You are, after all, in charge.
Leading Irvin and Fiona against the Templars, huh?
Thank you.
That is interesting.
You still belong up with the nobles, but I'm glad you stayed down here in the dirt with us peasants.
I had the most selfish of reasons for it, honestly.
Oh.
The Inquisition scouts are getting all of Master Dennett's best horses.
Arse.
Shell stays with Wynn. That's nice. Stays with her the whole time. And it'd been nice if some of those characters would have came back in this game, like actually physically in this game, other than just Liliana. I think I already talked to Cassandra. Let's go do a couple of. Do I have any Inquisition perks?
I don't understand. Even the Templars have left the Chantry now. What's going to happen?
The Chantry doesn't know what it's doing any longer. Listen to Sigga Pentagast. She'll find a way to seal that breach. And when she does...
Oh, make her hear my cry. Sit me by your side.
Do you need anything more, revered mother?
Within your glory.
Tell Segret I've received permission to sell him a few things. We can use that.
Wynn and Shell travel to Taventer. It's interesting. I do have a perk. Excellent. So now I can get it.
Any word?
Nothing yet.
Okay. Copeland Droste. It's incredible how many passages remain undiscovered even after the Chantry's arrival, and they scorned every inch of this mountain for years in search of anything related to the sacred ashes. The cult didn't build all of this. It was here long before, and who knows how many years it would take to find it all. Of the new passages uncovered during the search, most were long empty or contained goods far beyond salvage. A few, however, yielded some artifacts of interest, and one evidently contained strange runes we have to get to translate. If we can find something capable of doing so, they might prove of use. And you get a regular life ward amulet. It's a bit lackluster. Let's see. They save Fenris. Fenris becomes her guardian. They have a good voice. Thanks. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. I feel like I sound kind of nasally because my allergies make me sound kind of weird too. And it's a little hard to breathe. Sometimes I can't really breathe out of my nose. Let's see. Chantry remains. It is done. Oh yeah, I had her blackmail some clerics. So end result, it is done as expected. The clerics spoke most loudly against us were trying to cover their lack of character. They are silenced, and the rest of the Chantry has taken note. They can be counted political allies from now, at least until our detractors discover other ways to strike out. I will watch carefully for that moment. Liliana. Mhm. I can see why Fallout 76 did that little thing where you can get the messages on paper, but you can change to something else that's easier to read, especially for people like me who got the worst eyes, it seems like. And I need better glasses. Like I keep saying that, but I never get around to doing it. I have bad allergies. Did you ever use oh, is it Elavert? No, I never even heard of that, to be honest. I know I know I'm immune to Zyrtec and Claritin. I tried using Zyrtec and Claritin. I haven't used them in the last 5 years though, but I'm completely immune to Zyrtec and Claritin. I can use Benadryl, um, but of course that makes me drowsy, and I can't drive while using that stuff. I will allow your comment. Just be careful with certain words that you use. Uh, she lost the divine and win. Yes, yes, yeah. It's okay. Yeah, I got a auto moderator that's gonna block some of that. So just so you be forewarned. A lot of people had to deal with that. Um, yeah, she felt like Justinia was like a mother to her, so she's pretty devastated about that. Yeah, by allergies, my eyes. Me too. It's just that my sinus allergies are worse than my other ones. Mainly because like my congestion gets so bad it makes it hard for me to breathe, and that makes it hard to sleep. She said, "When was her mother too?" Hmm. I mean, I could see that when she was good at giving advice. She had a good motherly role on the team in Origins. Yeah, losing two mother figures would be pretty hard. Let's see, succession to leads. I took like a slightly different path. I wanted to get rid of Carolina first. So let's see what Ambassador Monselier did. I'm of course pleased to aid the Inquisition in its holy endeavor. My wife, Carolina, oh, that's not her, it's her husband, I guess, has recently been taken by a religious no, fever, whatever, and has declared her intention to live the rest of her life in a small chantry near the Arbor Wilds, where she will have solitude necessary to live her life of spiritual reflection and repentance. As such, I have sold most of her gowns and jewelry, and I am pleased to make the resulting funds my gift to the Inquisition. 98 gold was all her stuff was worth. Now I'm wondering what happened. Now, did she actually? I know, I know. Josephine has some knowledge and of nobles, and like she did something. Either the lady was blackmailed by Josephine, and then she told her husband this, or she told the husband something that she was doing, and he forced her to do this based on what he found out. I never got a clear answer. It dissolves on the tongue. I have to ask my doctor about that. I don't think I ever heard of it before, but if it works, I'm willing to try it. All right, we got another choose a successor of leads, and there's only two people left. We used Cullen last time, so we got Liliana and we got Josephine. Well, we didn't use Cullen last time. We used Josephine last time. Um, with Carolina now out of play, either Monette or Jean Gaspard will be the next Duchess or Duke of Leeds. Jean Gaspard has made a strong claim with his fellow nobles by attacking Monette's youth and lack of experience in the game. For her part, Monette relies heavily upon the chantry tutor, Mother Renette, who has rather desperately attempted to start a rumor that Jinglespar owes his birth to his mother's affair with a traveling Grey Warden. Really? Let's see what Liliana has to say about that. I have done some digging, and the rumors of Jinglespar's parentage are true. Shall we make that knowledge public? So he's not actually an heir because his mother had an affair. But the young girl, she's a young girl in the chantry. 5 well-chosen words. Well, that is her dad. It's her dad, so by right, she should just get it. A few well-chosen words will send Monette back to the chantry with no harm done. Nah, let's go ahead with
Let's see
that.
what we have.
I have no idea what I'm going to get at the end of that. Grey Warden treaties. Let's have Josephine go ahead and use
At your
those.
service.
Get us some resources. The Bog Unicorn.
To work?
Fremount. Let's see. Secrets of the Andraste I can't do, even though Cullen is available, so he can't do that quest. We got Inquisition needs bees. I don't want to give that to Cullen because he will fumble it. And then drop and grab. I don't want to give that to Cullen either. So let's have him make us some gold.
All right.
All right. Let's do Black Wall side quest here. At least as much as we can do. Let's take a rogue with us. Well, first let's go to, where are we going? Let's go to the hinterlands. Well, let's go here first because I hate the terrain in the Storm Coast. So let's get it out of the way. I'm not taking Sarah and Vivian together at the same time because they just do the pettiest argument. It's like having two kids in the car with you who just keep messing with each other and you just tell them to stop. So annoying. All right, we got level ups for some of our party members. Let's see. Blackwall. One of them to keep going up with Vanguard. Untouchable there. Take that. Vivian. Gave her mostly storm abilities. Let me give her. Let me just kind of capitalize on that more. I always give Vivian storm abilities because maybe she remind me of Storm from the X-Men. Varric. I want to put him in subterfuge. Archery and subterfuge. Let's go ahead and do that for him. All right. Got to get up here somewhere. Hopefully we'll find that mage. We got a rebel mage. I need a key off of him so I can open his basement. But he's like a random encounter out here. Which way am I going? Another bear. Whatever, let's take it down. Vivian, get back. Nice. Good work, team.
We should look around.
Good find.
What's the best way to get there? Because this mountainy area is just hard to navigate sometimes. I like being able to jump in this game. I need all the elf fruit. What is that? Oh, some Mobari. Get over here.
Done and done.
Another Mobari up there. Let's not waste time. Is it coming down here or not? Whatever, let's go. Going this way? Yeah, it looks like it. Come on.
I think the Inquisition could benefit from this.
All right, we done here. Hinterlands. Got some doors that need to be opened up here too.
We'll need to look around. Good find.
Nothing to report, sir.
I think the Inquisition could benefit from this.
The Inquisition. Thank the Maker you came. Tell me you're here to reinstate the circles and end this madness.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Hanley Dervain of the Cumberland Circle of Magi. I heard of your miraculous survival at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and I am so honored to meet you.
I thought this was the stronghold of the rebellion. Why do you want the circles back?
I never supported this rebellion. I'm a loyal Andrastian, and I deplore the chaos this war has wrought. The Templars rebelling, the murder of the Most Holy. I can scarce live with the guilt.
Then what are you doing in Redcliffe?
The circles voted. Rebellion won out. What was I to do? Launch a counter-rebellion on my own? I followed my first enchanter's lead, as I always have. She brought us here.
I take it you don't support the Tevinters?
Andraste's ashes, never. They don't even sing the right chant. And they sacrifice children, don't they? I don't know how the Grand Enchanter could think of accepting their offer. You can get us out of this bargain, can't you? Before we're all shipped off to the Imperium like cattle.
I haven't seen anyone from Tevinter in the village.
They're all at the castle, plotting, no doubt.
Thank you for your time.
It's been an honor.
Look, the sky. Oh, all that magic at the conclave.
They're not but stories, dear. Rabbit does not flee its burrow when it hears the wolf prowling about. Now is the time to stay close to home.
history of the Grey Wardens is fascinating.
Here, have something to drink.
You need something? Let me know.
Your enchanter Vivienne lives well.
She remains loyal to the Circle and the Chantry.
So you say.
Have you seen otherwise?
I have seen someone who says the right words, but with no spirit behind them.
Yes?
I wanted to ask you about the Circle of Magi.
Of course. What do you wish to know?
If the Circle disbanded, how can you still belong to it?
The Circle is an idea, my dear. And an idea cannot be dissolved. Many of the first enchanters voted for rebellion, caring little that anything short of a unanimous decision would pit mage against mage. Rather than dissolving it, Grand Enchanter Fiona's vote split the Circle in two. The rebels follow her, the loyalists follow me.
If you lead all the Loyalists, why are you only First Enchanter and not Grand Enchanter?
Grand Enchanters are elected, and since there are no First Enchanters besides myself, no vote can be held. I could name myself Grand Enchanter, but the title holds no meaning now. When the circles are restored, that will change.
What was it like to live in a circle?
My dear, your question is the root of all problems with mages. I cannot tell you. Every circle was different. Their Templars were different, their politics unique. And every person within each tower had an experience of circle life unique to themselves. Some people suffered and some were content. Some were cruel, some compassionate, and some indifferent. The same is true of people everywhere, in all circumstances, whether they are mages or not.
So, tell me about your personal experience with the Circle.
I enjoyed life in the Montsimard Circle, my dear. It was an edifice devoted to knowledge and refinement. And mages need the company of other mages. No one else can truly understand the challenges we face, nor see the world as we do.
You must have been under constant supervision being forced by Templars to live in the tower. Was that hard to endure?
My dear, I have a suite in the palace and a wing at my dear Duke Bastien's estate. I've never been forced to live anywhere. Most circles allowed mages to live away from the tower, either on their own or in service to the nobility. All that was required was permission from the first enchanter. Some circles were harsher in their restrictions. Kirkwall was the worst, but it was the exception. Most were quite permissive, perhaps too permissive in retrospect.
How did we come to this state where the Circle's in revolt?
A failure of perspective that infected Circle leadership. Mages lived solely in a world of Templars and mages. They could not even imagine what was beyond the tower walls. Kirkwall gave the world a reason to remember its fear of magic. A mage killed hundreds with a snap of their fingers. Across Thedas, a new tangible fear of magic grew. Commoners and nobles alike called out to the Chantry for protection. But the malcontents in the towers thought nothing of this. They cared only for themselves and for their anger at the new Templar restrictions. When a mage attempted to assassinate Divine Justinia again, the mages protested the investigation. The leadership chose to vote on independence based on the intolerable conditions imposed by the Templars, sparing no thought to the fact that magic was more feared in the aftermath of these attacks than it had been since Tevinter's day. So long as they had their freedom, they could care little for riots, angry mobs, or about pitting mages against each other.
Did they have cause to rebel?
In the aftermath of their terrorist attacks? Was that really the most opportune time to break away? By all means, protest abuses by the Templars. Just don't do it in a way that says mages support wholesale murder. By voting when they did, my colleagues all but declared war upon the ordinary people of Thedas. A war in which we are outnumbered 100 to 1.
Are you familiar with Grand Enchanter Fiona?
We've met. Before her horrendously ill-timed and selfish vote for independence, I thought her adequate at her job. In her dotage, she could not handle looking after the well-being of so many people. We would have done better to replace her years ago, to let her spend time gardening.
I thought the fighting was only between mages and Templars. Why are mages fighting mages?
The vote for independence was carried by only a small margin, but Fiona chose to let the motion stand. Those who opposed a rash declaration of war against the entire free world had little choice. By breaking from the Chantry when they did, the rebels declared themselves in support of mass murder. Anyone who did not wish to support terrorism and the slaughter of innocents was forced to take arms against the rebels. Yes?
I wanted to ask you about the Circle of Magi.
Of course. What do you wish to know?
You must have an opinion of the Templars after living so long in this circle.
Having opinions about Templars, my dear, is exactly like having opinions about mages or Navarrans or men. I have known some who are impossible to endure and some who are utterly charming. I have suffered insults at the hands of those in the armor, but no more than I endured from nobles or tradesmen in Val Royaux. Personally, I have found the Templars a useful tool, skilled at keeping more unpleasant elements at bay. Yes?
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
Your accent's not Orlesian. Where exactly are you from?
I am from the Circle, my dear. One's country of origin rarely matters there. But if you must know, I was born in Wycombe in the Free Marches. I was sent to the Ostwick Circle, but I transferred to Monsignor while still an apprentice.
I'm curious how a Circle mage winds up at court here.
Nobody winds up at court, my dear. It takes a great deal of effort to arrive there. I caught the eye of Duke Bastien de Ghislaine, an advantageous connection that opened many doors. When the position of Enchanter to the Imperial Court became vacant, I was able to secure it.
Sorry, I know I keep pausing, but I'm trying to put stuff away and do this at the same time, you know. And I'm storing some coffee I made because I like to make my own iced coffee instead of, well, iced coffee, mochas, whatever you want to call them, instead of constantly buying them. And I'm grabbing myself another cup of hot coffee at the same time. Just juggling stuff. Juggling a lot of stuff right now. All right. These are the last of this cold foam that I bought at the grocery store. I don't think I would buy anymore. It's all right. Not really my thing though. It's like putting whipped cream in your coffee. I mean, pretty sure some people like it, but it's not for me. All right. All right.
You're married to the Duke de Ghislaine?
Of course not, my dear. Don't be ridiculous. Marriage is the business of alliance and inheritance. I'm Bastien's mistress.
And what does the Duchess de Ghislaine think of this arrangement?
We got along quite well. Duchess Nicoline and I used to host musical salons together. She was a great patron of the arts. She passed away from a fever a few years ago, the poor dear.
What duties does a court enchanter have?
I am tasked with providing assistance to the Empress on arcane matters. Most of my predecessors restricted this to lighting lamps and doing parlor tricks. In such troubled times as these, however, I provide political advice to Her Majesty on the subject of the Mage Rebellion.
So why are you with the Inquisition instead of doing that stuff?
Do you think that you and I might someday...
How very sweet of you to ask, but no.
Why didn't they make Vivian romanceable? That's just the most ridiculous thing.
I will take these injury reports to Researcher Minave.
The apothecary would like to know why you need so much death root.
To do my job.
Oh, I'll just tell him that, Enchanter.
I'm not an enchanter, I'm an apprentice. Just please tell Adon I need that death root. We will study that.
All right. Griffin robes. Excellent. Save those for Dorian when I get them. You know, I think I'll leave it here actually. I kind of played a lot, didn't get any story done, but I do kind of want to try some different games. Maybe I even do one tonight because I don't have to work tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see. Let me get some stuff situated and then let's see what I'm going to do. But for now, we're going to call it a day here of Dragon Age Inquisition. I appreciate everybody who supported me and came to watch today. Let me see. It's not that many people in my chat, but look here. Well, I might come back on. We'll see. We'll see. With that being said, thank you for watching, and if you can, go to my YouTube, J Mixon King Gaming, um, and look at some of my replays, especially this one. You have a nice night.